I've been out campaigning lately about as much as I can stand to, and I've had quite a few people tell me that I should make a video talking about some of the things I'm talking about. Well, I do have a YouTube channel. I got two of them actually. Well, and one that I sort of lost my password for a long time ago. But so I'm planning on putting this up on my Eminent Reflection channel. I might put it up on my older channel as well, which has more subscribers. These are some signs that I made, just a few of them. I've given away most of them, and I didn't know if I should prepare some slides with some of the other signs that I've had, or if not. But this was one of my really popular ones, actually. Campaign to elect Bernie as president. It's for the election of Bernie Sanders as president in 2020. And there are a lot of people who don't realize that that's still an option. They really want him elected, and they think we can't. And they say, well, it's too bad that that time has passed, and things like that. And the fact of the matter is, it was up to us all along. They were never going to just let him win. The billionaires are now behind Joe Biden. Bernie has officially endorsed Joe Biden. His official campaign is suspended, but he did say that he could still win, and that it is up to us, up to the people, to make it happen if we want that to happen. So that's one of the things the People's Campaign is about. Now, the People's Campaign isn't about my opinion. It's not about any one person's opinion. It's about all of our points of view, all of the things that are important to any of us. And what I would like to encourage is for people who are already out there, first off, people who are already out there protesting, to hold up your signs when you're not in the large crowd, if you can. I mean, I understand it's difficult. Arms get tired. But, when you can, hold up your signs when you're not in a large crowd, because they're actually more likely to get seen by more people when you're not in a large crowd. At least if there's other people around, walking by, driving by, whatever the case might be. I live in a big city, so I see a lot of that going on. As a matter of fact, just as I was starting to record this, there was another large crowd passing by outside. Happens several times a day here, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's another one passing by before I'm done recording. Now, this is in Los Angeles. I would like to recommend anybody who lives in Los Angeles try the corner of 6th and Spring. I'm generally out there quite a bit, and I've been inviting a lot of other people as well, because it's a nice intersection to hold up a sign for cars or pedestrians to read and get a message out. It's the intersection of two one-way streets, which means one of the four corners is a much better place than the other ones, because the cars are facing you in the only two directions that traffic travels in. So, yeah, would like to encourage that. And something I would like to point out, it's difficult. It takes guts to get out there and join a large crowd of protesters, but it takes more guts to be out doing it in a small crowd or by yourself. And it shouldn't have to take a lot of guts to do that. So please, anybody out there who's got the guts to do it, join me. Join me in normalizing it so that other people won't be so afraid. Because the more people see one person or two people or three people holding up signs, these are small, by the way. I've got larger signs as well. But, one person holds up a sign, another person holds up another sign, or one person can hold up two signs. If they're really talented, maybe three, or cycle between them. But the idea is to normalize it, because people who care enough and have the guts to be out there by themselves right now just seem like oddballs. And maybe we are, but that's really a shame if that is the case. It needs to become more common, because if we ever want anything resembling real democracy, we have to fight for things that we otherwise aren't going to get, like the right to vote against a candidate, for example, to vote directly against a candidate. I've been fighting for that since 1969. That's the big one for me. But the People's Campaign itself, even just promoting growing the People's Campaign, that is also an important message. If you want a particular person, you don't have to agree with me on who, but if you want a particular person elected president, don't let anybody tell you can't do it. Get out there and do your own campaigning. Don't expect their official campaigns to be on your side. Look what happened with Bernie's official campaign. They wouldn't take the money from the billionaires, but then they've still got to compete with the money of the billionaires. Well, the People's Campaign doesn't have to do that, and they can't make us suspend our campaign. So while I do have a lot more to say, this is not as well prepared as I would have liked it to have been. I thought about scripting parts of it. Like I said, thought about setting up some slides, and I'm just having a hard enough time just getting myself to do this. I'm exhausted from all the campaigning I've been doing, and doing this for me doesn't really take as much guts, so much as it takes motivation. And some other protesters, some other people out there campaigning for things they cared about recently, as I mentioned, encouraged me to get this done. So I'll try to get back and do another one sometime soon, but for now, getting this one out there, because this is how the people can win. By making videos and sharing them with other people, talking about how we can get it done, by holding up signs and talking to people that pass by them about how we can get it done. By getting all of us working on this, we need to, for example, not just have a huge crowd of people with 1,000 people, maybe a few hundred signs all in one spot. But how about getting all of those people to spread out? I mean, if they stay all in one spot long enough, they're going to get a dispersal order from the police anyway. So why not disperse on their own before that happens? And instead of considering dispersing to be the end of their protest, let that be the real beginning. Let that be when they go out and they obey the traffic laws, so nobody has a reason to, tell them they're obstructing traffic or anything. They cross only on a walk sign, not the don't walk sign, and behave themselves, but get their message out there. If you've only got, one person with a sign for every 5 people, then have one person with a sign stand with another 4 people that don't have signs, and they can talk to each other while they pass the time, letting people read the sign on their way by. If you're just walking down the street and you've got a sign, don't hold it at your side. Again, if you're not too tired, if your arms aren't too sore to hold it up, don't just hold the sign at your side. Hold it up where people can see it as you walk down the street. If you live in a small town where there ain't that many people, keep in mind maybe somebody will be looking out their window. You might be seen anyway. We're not talking about something where the odds are on our side. We're talking about changing the odds so that they will be on our side. Because if all we do is hope and believe that things are going to get better, we're leaving it on other people to get it done. And there probably won't be enough of us doing it. We need to collectively move beyond mere hope and belief and faith and start actually getting it done. Make the change happen. Get the messages out there. Collectively, there are enough of us. And, if you've got some fringe thing you want and you really think that it's valuable, sure, you might have very few people who agree with you because it's a fringe thing. But get your campaign out there. Get your message out there. And if you're right, if it's valuable, somebody will catch on. And maybe if you encourage enough of the people's campaigning, maybe somebody who catches on will help you campaign for your message because it's their message too. And the next thing you know, it might not be fringe anymore. So, any rate, thanks for watching. Anybody who does watch this or did watch this, it's appreciated. And to all those who have been out protesting what's wrong, campaigning for what they want, thank you very much. Please keep it up until things are good enough for even the people who are in the worst situations, that it really doesn't need to be done anymore. Take care.